Hello, I'm here with Jakara Scurry, all the way from Korea, and we'd like to say hi to you.
Hi, how are you guys?
Now, where exactly are you in Korea?
I am in Seoul, Korea, of course. I'm located close to Gwanak-gu, Korea. So that's where I'm at.
All right, excellent. Now, some people may not know why you chose to go to Korea. Can you give us some background on what made you decide to go to Korea?
Yes, I decided to come to Korea. It's something that I wanted to do when I graduated from Washington Adventist University. The GC has a program with the SEA Language Institute in Korea, and I always wanted to do something like that, and I wanted to take a year off of grad school because I was just really, really tired. So I decided to come over here as a missionary to do something meaningful with that year that I decided to take off.
All right, excellent. Now, what was your initial experience like getting to Korea, and like how long was the flight, and when you landed, what was your experience like?
The flight was about 17 hours. And the process before coming to Korea was just so chaotic. I had to run all around getting paperwork to be able to get here because the immigration laws had changed just prior to me coming. Now they require an FBI back check in order to come. So that process was about a 3-month-long process. The flight was comfortable, but I was very nervous because I don't like to fly, but it wasn't too bad. When I got here, it was like I knew that Korea was busy, but I didn't expect it to be as busy as it was. It's very similar to New York City, but maybe 10 times worse. Lots of people, lots of traffic, lots of taxis that drive very crazy. But, okay. Yeah.
All right, excellent. Now, what are you doing? I know you're teaching, and so can you give us a description of, like, is it elementary? Is it one big middle school, elementary school? Different grades?
Okay, so let me explain a little bit. I work at Seoul English Village Gwanak Camp. It's actually a private, it's like a private school, not middle school, not high school, nor elementary, but it's a camp, and we get new students every week, and we hold so many different programs. So I work with ages from kindergarten up to, actually this week we taught adults. We were teaching adults, and next week we're teaching adults also. So we've worked with kindergarten, middle school, high school, and adults.
Okay. Now, yeah. What are some of the challenges that you face working there? Because I'm sure that you have faced some kind of challenges.
Yes, the main challenge that I have here is the way people operate in America is very organized, very structured. You have backup plan if something doesn't go through, whereas here it's almost something new every day. You can't really plan too much because things tend to get unorganized. It's like very fast-paced, very stressful type atmosphere. But yet, and still, that could be good because you never know what to expect. So it's always interesting, something new every day. Also, the big difference is the students. I don't know if it's because of the language barrier, but they're not as well behaved as the students back home. And I've worked with some students that are a little challenging, but a little challenging back home, but these students are definitely a challenge.
Okay, all right.
You spend a lot of time telling them to sit down instead of teaching them, but it's been a good experience.
That's good. And I'm sure there's been some positive experiences as well, and if you can just share maybe one or two of those with us.
Yeah, the positive experiences that I've had is just teaching them simple things. Like we have so many different classes that we offer. We're teaching English, but we're also teaching subjects We have a lot of good subjects that I've enjoyed. I probably shouldn't be enjoying these subjects because it's not appropriate, but we teach mini golf.
Okay.
We teach we have a Wii class, a mini golf class, domino class, board game. So it's almost like I'm a big kid having fun while teaching, but I like those sides of those programs that are less structured and fun, because that's where you can get the natural English language flowing, versus being in the geography class where you're just teaching them about countries and it's very structured. Okay. In those types of classes, you can just have natural conversation with them, which will prepare them more for outside world when they're dealing with English-speaking individuals. So that's the positive side. And I love my kids. Once they warm up to you, they're amazing. They're always like hugging you. Hi, Teacher Jakara. Like, they're amazing. That's
great. Now, I know this also is a mission field for you as well. Mm-hmm. And can you give us an experience maybe where you got a chance to talk with the students about Christ, or maybe even some of the adults that you work with? Have you had an experience about that?
I find myself, it's been very, very hard for me, and this is one of the downsides. It's been very hard for me because it's just a camp. Because we don't have our students regularly and they're always changing, I haven't been able to minister like I would like to, but I find myself having more of that type of bond, type of interaction with my coworkers. So I talk to my coworkers a lot about Christ, and there's this one girl here who I work with who has become a very, very dear friend to me. God sometimes puts you in certain places where you can minister to someone that you would have never even thought that you would have ministered to. I thought I was here for the kids, but I was there to share God with her. She was going through a lot had happened in her past, and I was able to share God with her, and it has helped her tremendously dealing with her situation with family issues that she had back home. And it also opened my perspective, because sometimes we go through things in our own life and you're like, wow, that's something that happened in my life, and it's painful, but God carried me through that. But then you look at other people who have worse things happen in their life, and you're like, wow, Lord, why did I even complain about what I went through when there's someone who was suffering so much worse? So that situation, when I first got here, I was so lonely, so homesick and sad. But when I met her, I was like, wow, if I had to travel all the way to Korea just to minister to that one person, it was worth it.
That's beautiful. And we're going to have to end shortly. I know you have to go. Is there any special message that you would like to share with the Pine Forge Church?
Oh my gosh, I just want to say I miss you guys so much, and I know that it's nothing but your prayers for me that has kept me this far. When I first got here, I cried like a baby. So I miss my family and I miss you guys so much, but I just want to thank you for keeping me in your prayers, for those individuals who have Skyped with me. And also I'd like to thank the Jesse R. Wagner Elementary School, because they sent me Christmas cards, and it was so beautiful, and I almost cried when I got them. It was so unexpected, but I am so thankful, and I love you guys so much. And I don't know if the students at Pine Forge will be here when you guys see this, but I just wanted to tell Carrie Ann, Tabby, and Victoria, and Chanel that I love them very much. And to the Becks, I love you guys, and I miss you. And I know that Sister LeGrone left, but she's very dear to me, and I just want to thank her for everything. And thank you, Mr. Lethbridge, for Skyping with me. I appreciate that very much.
Well, we thank you, Jakara, for taking your time out with us. And we do miss you here at Pine Forge, and we know God is going to be using you in a special way. And you're going to be there until when?
I'm supposed to be here in October, and my contract ends in October, something that I'm still praying about. As soon as I get this homesickness together, I think I'll be set on staying until October, but we'll see. But that's the plan.
Okay. Well, our prayers are with you.
Thank you very much.
We really wish you all the best.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.